What has your role been in designing the farmhouse?
So we started when it was first kind of a conceptual project with Roger, and we kind of went in and helped design that the original sales office, which was kind of along that barn
Yes.
happening going on there. And so we designed the sales office with that, knowing that behind that sales office, we were going to have a very similar structure that was going to be the clubhouse. And, again, this is an active retiree community. So we really tried to create the playground for everyone to kind of come in. And that's really from the beginning, we were able to, they had such a great vision of where they wanted it to take them. And then, even through the few years that this has progressed, I would even say that the clubhouse even changed a little bit more to where it is now. I think originally it was a pretty strong rural farmhouse look. And, as kind of things evolved, it was taking on a little bit more of not a modern approach, but it's like taking like classic Ralph Lauren farmhouse and mixing it with a little bit of a modern flair.
Nice. So along those lines, what materials can we expect to see throughout the design, from like flooring, lighting, upholstery, patterns, textures, whatever you can explain?
So we're going to start with a very kind of a very classic jewel tone color scheme. Very, very lots of colors from nature, like berry reds and greens and sky blues and barn reds and, very golden wheat colors. But then it's on a very, very clean white linen background that gives us that little bit more of a modern edge, where we're able to take very, very traditional fabrics and then throw them in a little bit more of a modern setting.
Very pretty, very pretty. So much attention to sustainability on the farm and throughout the landscape has gone into the land plan at Chickahominy Falls. And I was just curious to see, has that had any effect on how you approach the interiors?
Yeah, so there'll be a lot of very, very natural organic materials. You'll see lots of, we're using wickers and rattans and bleached, washed woods, and the barn walls will be washed in kind of a whitewash. So it definitely has kind of much more sustainable feel about it. And, again, this is kind of the gathering grounds. There's going to be a lot of it around the outside elements and bringing it inside. When you're in the clubhouse, you literally can open all these doors, and then you have this big veranda that then will look into the silo bar and the fire pit, kind of walking down to the fitness area and the pool. So it's a little bit of an inside, then it just pulls the outside in. It just kind of opens up into the outside grounds.
Very nice. So you've mentioned a couple names that I haven't heard before. So can you explain just in brief detail about some of the spaces that you have designed? You mentioned the silo bar. Of course,
so they're right outside the kitchen area. There's going to be these windows that open up out into an outdoor eating area. So if they're having events, they can kind of open up into the outdoor. When you step down a little bit into the garden area, there is this large silo that is cut down and is going to be it's going to be a custom bar. It'll have a lot of the white twinkling lights, and it has bar top tables. So anytime they have an event, they can basically have it kind of wrapped around the entertaining area. We have it open to the fire pit that then kind of steps down from the open veranda. So let's say you're having, an event, it's a Super Bowl party or something, it literally flows into the grounds. So, it's constantly, it's a beautiful, beautiful concept.
How beautiful. It sounds wonderful. Let's see. Does your interior design approach change for this unique active adult audience?
Well, absolutely, because they're all about, it really is Kirsten will tell you that it is a very, it's a gathering ground. You know, they want to be together. Things happen with card games, and it might start out with 4 people playing mahjong and then turn into 20 people playing cards. That will then roll into, you know, an impromptu pizza party. And when active retirees, you know, no one's on as such a strong schedule. And so a lot becomes in more the lifestyle of that clubhouse, where if you're doing a clubhouse for, you know, a young growing family, they're so busy and they use the clubhouse for one specific purpose. And there's a lot of different purposes. I mean, you'll have a book exchange where you can go to the library and grab books and do that. They will have it open for cooking classes, for the events, and then, you know, even just a nightly cocktail out at the fire pit.
Oh, I love Chickahominy Falls. I feel like
I know, isn't it great? I mean, I know I do too. It is funny. It is great.
Yes, it is. Let's see. Have you done any of the design that affects like the outdoor spaces at all?
Well, they really had a great landscape architect group that did more of the sustainable farm and stuff. You know, we just added to it with the furnishings and kind of the color palette with, you know, some of the flower plantings and different things. So everything just really creates this just nature, this organic, natural area.
Yeah, how pretty. Do you think interior design contributes to the health and well-being of seniors?
Absolutely. I mean, one of my favorite, we do a lot of active retiree communities. And then again, it is, you know, people are at the stage in their lives where, you know, everyone thinks that you need to design it around for this specific buyer profile. Well, this buyer profile is more apt to clean house and start over fresh.
Mm-hmm.
They're more energized and have a lot more time to spend in their home, so they care about it that much more.
Yeah.
I will tell you, outdoor spaces and outdoor living, you know, at this point in their lives, they're tired of being inside. So you don't think of the pool area as being a really strong place for an active retiree community, and that's all they want to do. You know, when we're going to present this to the homeowners, I mean, you know, that's where the clubhouse really comes into play.
You got
big selling point for them.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite space in the farmhouse?
You know, I actually love the main living area. It just played out well. We have this really, I don't know, have you been able to see the photos of the design?
A little, just the renderings. I've seen the renderings, and I've seen just pictures of some of the
furniture
that you've put together. But
yeah, so, you know, I can always send you the PowerPoint so you can see. But it's got a really cool pool table room, kind of a sports bar area that has, you know, it's going to have kind of a dartboard area, and it's off of this big open kind of Ralph Lauren fireplace room. And then you open up all the doors, these big iron doors that go out, you know, onto the patio, that then you have all of this very luxurious cushioned wicker. So it's not, you know, it's not your typical outdoor stuff. It's another outdoor living space.
How nice.
And beyond that is where you have the fire pit with the Adirondack chairs and the silo bar.
Oh, how pretty. Well, this has been really wonderful. My last question I ask everybody, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want to cover in this interview?
Well, I think one of the things with the design, I will tell you, we kind of, we played into a little bit of Americana. Like, so you're going to see it's from an area where they have lots of artists and folk art and different things. And that true Americana in the kind of the local artisans and stuff will be played into the clubhouse as well. We have this really classic, beautiful upholstery and furniture, and then you may have just this great modern piece of art that is more like true Americana folk art. So that was a kind of fun little twist.
That is fun. So are you purchasing art pieces from?
Well, a little bit. We'll try to do some of that. I know we had like this cast iron. It's like a message board that was made from a local artisan that is doing a big message board that people can put and attach things to. Again, with the scale of art and stuff, we really kind of have to measure it out and have it all kind of work with that.
Yeah, well, that's so cool. Well, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. I have so much to work with.